feel like it's time to talk about Sylvia Browne. And everybody's arms go up, everybody's shackles go up. Only because I get asked about her a lot when I'm doing my own readings in terms of what happened to her. Not what happened to her in terms of she passed away, but what happened to her in her evolution as a psychic and as a light worker. I really feel like Sylvia Browne, and this is my opinion, I guess I need to state that, and I feel like Sylvia Browne was in the right place at the right time, and she was here to do some very specific work for all of us, not just us who hear the voices and do the good work, but everybody. I feel like she was here to make these sort of gifts more commonplace, more accepted in the world, more mainstream. Right? Like to bring it all together, so it's not like hocus pocus over here and here's my daily life where I make sandwiches for people and dinner and stuff. I really feel like, and that was a slow process. If you think about when she started coming on Montel, which is the first time I started hearing about her, even though she had some success in her life aside from that, it was a slow build if you think about it, in terms of taking us all along with her on baby steps. And she had some great stuff. If you read some of her books, although some of them get kind of repetitive, I think that's that way twofold to fill the book, and also for people who have, that's the first book that they're picking up, that they're not out of the loop in terms of her other information. Some of her early books have some great information in terms of how to get started and how to get baby steps going and how to make this work in your real life. I'm not saying that she removed the witchery or the hocus pocus or the magic from it. I think she just spoke about it in terms of how it was in her life. This is just how it is. That, yep, spirit guide, she shows up sometimes. Francine, there she is. I think that was her role. So as time went on and she aged, pardon me, that was gross. And as she aged, her organization got bigger and bigger and bigger, and she was responsible for supporting more and more people. She got that church going that I can't remember what it was called. I'll look it up. And I think, I mean, it's just, I wasn't hanging out with Sylvia Browne, and honestly, she hasn't hung out with me too much after she's passed away, other than this little bit. I just think that it got too big for her. And who knows what was going on in her private life. Like, if part of her strength, think about this, if part of her strength was her drive due to where she came from, single mom, having to like hustle, and then she makes her way to this place where she is in a cushy tower. I'm wondering how that removed her, right? How almost the comfort may have removed her from where she started. Even though I'm sure, I know from my own history, like it's with me. My history is with me. The rough spots are with me, and they've made me who I am. Anyway, I think I'm losing track here a little bit. I really just think that at the end, near the end, you know, first of all it takes is one bad reading, and everybody's like, what happened to Sylvia Browne? She used to be so good. Like, there are times when I have to quit readings. There are times when I am on fire, that I come out of it going, how did I don't even know how I did that. And then there are times when I'm like, and you've seen it on the video, when I'm like, I got nothing for this person. Anyway, I try to think of Sylvia the woman, even though she walked in two worlds also. Sylvia the woman, and what pressures and responsibilities were on her shoulders, where she was in life, what was happening to her physical body as she aged. I really think that she did some amazing things for the time and place in which she had to do them. I think she was incredibly appropriate for the time. I think she used the most appropriate medium, television, and the Montel Williams show was amazing for her, and I think it was amazing for a lot of us too. because it brought it home. It made it real. It made so many of us curious. It made so many of us pick up her books, and secretly, many of us learn the steps to move forward. So she has a lot of stuff about her, she has a lot of stuff about spirit guides, which is a topic that's really hot in my life right now. She has a lot of stuff about going to other places in order to connect with people and how to do that. In some ways from here, from 2018, when I read it, it seems super simplified. But if you are just starting out in baby steps, sometimes for you to pick up the Abraham Hicks, or for you to pick up, you know, the more recent stuff, you might not make connection with it yet. You might feel like I'm missing some steps. I feel like Sylvia Browne's a really good place to start. Anyway, I feel like she was doing the right work at the right time, and that's kind of where I stand with Sylvia Browne. So I don't know that I need to say anything more about that. Just, you know, I feel like that's where I got my first baby steps, I guess. I mean, there was John Edwards on TV at that time. This is going back to probably 94, 93, 92, I think. There wasn't much out there to read. There wasn't much out there to listen to. We really had very little or limited access to internet at that time. I didn't have internet at all. I had cable and a full-time job on midnights. Okay, another rambling thing from the bathtub. I'm going to upload these videos, and I'm waterlogged. I'm going to get out of the tub. Sylvia Browne, read some stuff.